So let's go. You see the picture?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a question. What is she doing? What is she
Um,
doing?
she is reading a book.
She is reading a book.
She
She
is reading.
is reading a book. Do you like reading books?
Yes, yes, I like.
How often do you do that? How often do you read?
Mm, Not usually, really. I
Okay.
read
Mhm.
maybe one time a week.
Once a week. Sometimes you read
Once a
once a
week.
week. Sometimes you read
One.
once a week. Okay. And what kind of books do you read?
Mm, right now, I read a book called Hábitos Atómicos, so it's more
It's more.
motivational.
Okay, it is very motivational. So, okay, you like these personal books where you can change your life, right?
Right, right, right.
Okay. What can you see here in the house? Well, in this bedroom. What else can you
Um,
see here? Do you like the bedroom?
yes, yes, it's pretty.
It's very what? Orga?
It's pretty organized.
She's pretty organized. She's pretty organized. Okay. Is your bedroom organized, or sometimes you find it difficult to keep it clean?
Um, I try to keep clean the my bedroom.
You try to keep it clean, or you try to keep your bedroom clean.
Yes.
Okay. But sometimes it's impossible for you.
Mm, Maybe.
But why? Because you don't, I guess that you don't have time
Yes, I have no time for cleaning my bedroom.
to clean your bedroom. Okay, cool. Let's continue. Next level, even more difficult. Okay, now, Andres, look at the picture. There are three images, okay? We are going to talk about these three images, okay? There are three images. Why might the people want to be alone in these situations? How might they be feeling? So I have a question for you. Sometimes do you want to be alone?
Mm, Basically, I prefer stay alone.
You prefer to stay alone.
Yes.
When?
When I work, for
When you work?
example,
And
yes.
why, for example, why don't you like to be around people?
Mm, because I like play my music.
You
So,
like playing your
so
music? I have a question. When you say you like playing your music, I mean, you play the instruments or you like listening to music?
I listen to my music.
You like listening to your music. Okay, when you work and you
Yeah.
don't use headphones, you just play it on the radio
Uh,
or on the soundbar.
yes, I don't use headphones. I
Okay.
don't like.
You don't like it. You don't wear
Yeah.
headphones.
No, no, no. I don't.
Okay. 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 So now let's continue. Now let's continue. Let's take a look at the picture. What is a man doing?
Um, he's listening to music, maybe.
And where is
He
he?
he's in the home office.
He is in the home office, or maybe he is working at home.
How he is working at home.
Okay, he's working at home. I want you to change sometimes a little bit your answer. I want you to change your answer. Sometimes when you are not sure, when you're not sure, I want you to say maybe, I want you to say perhaps,
Yes.
because you are not sure. You are not sure, so you say maybe, perhaps, you say it could be, or it seems to me that. See? For example, I am not sure that he is working at home because it seems to me that he is a student. It seems to me is like, me parece a mí. Or
Yes.
it could be or the image. It could be, uh, Podría ser. It could be an image. It could be an image about a student. It could be an image about a student. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. One more question. Sometimes when you work, how do you feel? How do you feel when you work? Sometimes you are very proactive. You are very energetic. Energetic, it's an adjective. Energetic, I'm sorry. Energetic, which means with energy, a lot of energy.
It will arrive.
Active. So sometimes you are not energetic. Sometimes you are not energetic. Sometimes you are
Yes.
really tired. Okay. And how do you motivate yourself?
Mm, I I try to distract me with a social media. For example, watching my favorite character in the social media, or listening to my music, or watching the videos, um, for relaxing, for distract me.
Okay, for distracting you. Okay, sometimes when you are not motivated, you watch your favorite character on some videos with music, or you listen to music on social media, and then you feel that you can do it. Sometimes
Yes,
sometimes you need to deal with, sometimes you need to deal with problems, right?
right.
Okay, so maybe okay, so now let's move on to the second picture. I have another question for you. Well, what is a man doing?
Mm. He's running
He's running,
in
but
the
where?
hallway. Mm,
He's running like far from the city, right?
the front, yeah, yeah, far
Far from the
for the city.
city. Okay. Do
Yeah, yeah.
you like running?
Yes, I like.
And okay, do you do it like often, or you don't do it, but you like it?
Um, I don't running
I
because
don't go. I
I don't
don't
go
go
run.
running.
I
You
don't go
don't go
running.
running, but why?
I have no time.
Because
Because
you have no time, right?
yes,
Okay, but do you think that exercising it's important?
yes, yes, it is important.
So why don't you run?
Um, I like to run in the morning, but for the class with
Mm-hmm. Due to the class,
YouTube.
due to the class, or because because of the class, because of the class. Okay, because of the class, you can do it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because after the class, you what do? You work or you do a different
Yeah.
activity?
Um, After the class, I prepare breakfast.
You make your
Yeah,
breakfast. You make
yeah.
your breakfast.
I
Okay.
make the breakfast, and I wear my clothes, my job clothes.
You wear your job
I
clothes
wearing, yes, because I go to the
to the office.
office.
Yeah, because you go to the office. How many minutes does it take? I mean, to go to the office. Or how
Mm,
many hours? Or how much does it take?
it take me 10 minutes.
It takes you 10 minutes to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
It takes you
In
10
my
minutes.
car, of course.
And your car. Okay, and your car. Okay, well, you mentioned that you can run due to the class because after the class you make breakfast and then you go to work. Is that true?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
in the first picture, we realize. What does it mean, realize? You see? In the first picture, Andres, we realize that maybe why is a man alone? Why is a man alone? Why? What do you think?
Mm, It could be um
It could be that. It could be
it could be
that.
that he's start to job,
He is a start to job. He is starting to work.
starting to work.
He is starting to work, but what about the second picture? Why do you think the man is alone? Why might the man be alone?
Mm, he's exercising,
He's exercising, okay.
right? And
But he could run in a group or in with a lot of people.
yes,
Why don't you think
it could
that
be,
uh-huh,
it could be running in that. It could be that running in group, but it seems to be a to me that it seems to me that it's
seems to be
correct.
that
Um, he liked it. He liked to running alone.
he like running or he like to run?
He liked to run
He like to
alone.
run or he like running? Both are possible. Both are
Okay.
possible. Remember, like ing. Like with ing, general idea. Like to, you like, but this is like a routine. So in this
Mm,
case, I guess, or it seems to me that he likes running. He likes running alone
like,
because he could be with more people. He could be with more people. Did you understand?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And what about the last picture? Because there are three pictures here. What is the girl doing? Or where
Mm,
is the girl?
she is in the ocean.
She's in the ocean. Okay, she's in the ocean. My question is, why might the people want to be alone? So why is she alone? Why
Mm,
is she alone? What's your opinion?
it could be that she is meditating. Is correct?
It could be
Meditando,
that she is meditating or meditating because the word is
meditating.
meditating. Okay. She's meditating and that could be the reason.
Yes.
Could be the reason, and that could be the reason. Okay. Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you enjoy spending your time alone?
Yes. Of course.
Why? How do you feel?
Mm. Mm, I f- I don't know. I feel I can put
Hmm.
my things in order
You put your things in order in your mind?
in my mind here.
In your
Yes.
mind. Okay. Okay. And how often you isolate? Isolate se
Mm,
escribe isolate. Isolate means me aparto de los demás. How often do you isolate to do these activities? I mean, to think about your internal problems, to think about your future. Sometimes you don't want to talk to people, but how often do you do that? Or you try
mm.
not to do it?
I try not to do it,
You
but
try not to do it, but what happens?
but uh, at night
Mhm.
I like to stay alone
At night, you like to stay alone. Okay. You like to stay
uh,
alone.
because I usually work at night.
You usually work at night. Yeah.
So, uh-huh.
And so for that reason, sometimes you are alone and you think about these situations. Okay.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. Nice answer. Nice answer. Now let's continue keeping practicing. Now look at the picture. There are three pictures, right? There are three pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the first one. What is a man doing? What is a man doing?
Um, it could be that he's a worker.
It could be that he is a worker or he could be a worker,
He could be
right?
a worker. Yeah.
In English, we have the word. I don't know how to say this, but it's a person who builds. It's like a builder or a construction worker.
A construction worker.
Construction worker. Let me write it here. Construction worker. Construction worker. Okay, do you like this job?
Not really.
Okay, why
I
not? Because
It's very risky.
it's very risky. Okay, it's very risky. Before you are, or before you were a designer, because you are a designer,
Yes.
um, did you work in a different occupation or in a different profession, or you were always a designer?
To be honest, always I am designer.
Wait a minute, to be honest, always I am a designer, or I was a designer, or
I
I will be a designer, or I have been a designer. Which
I
one?
have been a designer.
You have been a designer.
I have
Okay,
been.
you
Yeah.
always have worked as a designer. Okay, don't forget about that. Yeah, you mentioned that this job is very risky. Okay,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
can you tell me this advantage of your job? A
Advantage.
disadvantage. Advantage is a good thing. Advantage. Good thing. Disadvantage. Bad thing. For example, he is a construction worker, so a disadvantage of his job could be maybe it is very risky. Sometimes you work alone without the necessary equipment, because here the equipment, the safety equipment, it's vitally important. So can you tell me a bad thing about your job? Because you mentioned that you are a designer.
Um, Maybe um spend time all days sit in the chair.
Okay, sometimes you say I. Well, the main disadvantage is that spend, but who? I spend all my day, all my
Okay.
day. I spend all my day. Remember, Andres, after spend, you use a verb with ing. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, well, the main disadvantage is that I spend all my day sitting on a chair, sitting
Sitting.
on a chair, and that causes maybe health problems in the future. That will
Yes.
cause, that will cause problems in the future. I am not sure, so this is why I use will. But if you keep this life, you will probably have, you see?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it is important that sometimes it is important that you be very careful and you change your lifestyle. Okay. So now
Okay.
let's continue here. The second picture. What is going on here? What are they doing?
Um, they are in
They're
on a
driving. They're driving what? A
they
car?
are driving on the motorcycle.
They are driving a motorcycle. Okay. And I am not sure, but where are they going? Where are they going? What's your opinion?
Um,
They might, they could,
mm,
they might, they
they
could,
might
they might what?
they might go
They might go,
um, to school.
they might go to school. Okay. They might go to school.
Yes, yes.
Because you can see like she looks like a student, right? And there is also a baby.
Mm-hmm.
But
Correct.
okay, and what do you think about the
Mm,
picture? Because there is a baby in front of the girl.
mm-hmm.
What's your opinion about this well, this action or this situation?
Um, is um it seems to me that
Seems to me that
very very risky
it is
because
very risky.
they are not uh, mm, how do you say casco
Helmet.
helmet
Because
that
they not helmet
they
or
are wearing
they are not wearing helmet.
helmet.
They are not
Yeah,
wearing helmets in plural. They are not wearing helmets. Okay. Okay. Sometimes we need to avoid. What is avoid? Do you remember?
evitar.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes we need to avoid risks, unnecessary
Yes.
risks. I remember when I was a child, I used to go to school on foot because my school was pretty near to my house. Well, my
Mm.
school was very near my house. How did you commute when you were a child? How did you go to school? On foot too?
No, no, no. I take
You take
I took I
you
took
took.
I took
What did you take?
um I took bus.
You took the bus. You took the bus.
I took the
Okay.
bus.
I
Yeah.
mean, so you used the public transportation.
Yes, I using, but no, no, no. No, it's correct. I use the public transportation when
In
I
the
was
past,
a child.
you used the public transportation, but nowadays I guess that you have a
Mhm.
car. Are you keep using the public transportation or you don't do it because you have
Mm,
a car?
I don't do it now because I have a car.
Okay, 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 okay. Now let's
When
continue. Tell me.
uh, when I repaired my car, I
Mhm.
use the public transportation.
When you say that you repair your car, I think that you do it. I mean, you with your
Mm,
hands. Do you
no,
do
no,
it
no.
or you go to the mechanic?
I go to the mechanic.
Okay, so it's impossible that you say when I repair. Look at this. It says when I repair or when I fix my car. No. If you say when you fix your car, it means that you do it alone. But when you say when I have my car fixed. You use the word have or get, then the object, and then this verb, but with ed, participle.
Partial.
Oh, when you have your car fixed, you use the public transportation.
Yes.
Okay. When you were a child, you played the sports.
Um, yeah, yes, I I played soccer.
You played soccer. Were you in a team or it was just like a hobby?
Um, mm, I trained football when I was a child. Yeah.
You train soccer when you were a child.
Yes, yes.
Okay. 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 Let's continue. What about the picture? What are they doing?
They are playing rugby.
They're playing rugby, of course. Uh, is that rugby or American football?
It could be rugby for
It
me
could be rugby. Okay, it could be rugby. Okay,
because
and is it this sport common in your country?
no, 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 no. It is not coming.
It is not common. Okay.
Come on. Yes.
But what's your opinion about this sport?
Mm, it's very interesting because um, this sport require the
This
strength
sport requires strength. Mhm.
for the men's and they're not using the headband uh, or protection for your body for their body.
or the equipment, the necessary equipment.
No. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's continue. You know that the graphic designs are really important in our life because we can express different ideas through images. You know that one image is more than one words,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yes.
So what
Right.
is the problem with this design in a car? Look at this. It says practice your skills. Imagine that you see this in the US. What is the
Yes.
problem? What do you think?
Um, the the composition or the words is not okay.
It's not okay because I guess that the answer, what do you think? Or what do you think the phrase is? Practice your,
Skills.
but the phrase can be practice your skills,
Yes.
skills. But when you open the car or the bus or the van, it says practice your skills. So you as a designer, when you are working on a project, do you take these situations into account or this is not your fault, this is not your problem, or you are as a designer, you need to think about all the possible situations.
Yes, yes, of course. In my job, I need to, how do you say,
Prevent,
prevent, prevent all the things,
prevent all the
but
things, okay, that might
but
happen.
yes,
Okay,
but
okay.
the client sometimes is mm, very difficult
Mhm,
because um, the client require for a list or things.
require
Um,
a list of things. Mhm.
yes, um, in my when I when I say my opinion or my uh,
When you give your opinion, when you
when
give
I
your,
give on
okay,
my perspective,
on your perspective, what happened?
the clients no
They don't,
not they don't consider
they don't take into consideration,
uh,
take
taking
into account. You can also use different phrases. I will write it here. You
take
have take into account, take into consideration. They don't, and no, that's all. They don't take into account. They don't take into consideration your ideas.
yes.
Okay. But when they don't consider or they don't take into account or your ideas, sometimes problem like this happens, right?
Yes.
And I
Yes.
have a question. Can we fix this or we can do it?
No. Yes, it could be fixed.
It could be fixed. It could be fixed. It could be fixed. Okay. Then, for example, sometimes designers, they work with rebranding, you know? And what is the main problem here? Look at this. This is like, is a logo, icon logo, is an icon, is a logo. What's your opinion? I guess, what do you
Mm,
think is the main message? What is the main message?
fit forever, I
It's
can
forever,
see.
but it's kind of confusing, right?
Hmm.
Because it could be fat forever,
Yes.
fat forever. So is this a part of a strategy? Because nowadays many companies or organizations, they are creating viral content. So maybe this could catch the attention or
Mm,
create engagement. What do you think? Is this a strategy or this is an error?
it could be that strategy,
It could
but
be a strategy.
But mm, in my opinion, in
And your opinion?
not consider.
You don't
mm,
consider it a strategy.
yes, I don't.
This is more of an error.
Hmm. In my
Okay.
opinion, is a errors
As
that
an error, as an error. I mean, if we talk about or regarding to con respecto a
regarding to.
regarding to. I will write it here. Regarding to the design. Okay, imagine that someone created this logo. This person designed this logo. Um, what's your opinion? I guess, what kind of company is this? Restaurant?
Fitness company,
It looks like a gym, right?
a gym. Yeah, yeah.
It is a gym. So, what's your opinion about this, about the composition? Is this appropriate for a gym?
Well, the name is prepared for the gym,
Fifth
but
brother, okay, is appropriate,
yeah, appropriate,
appropriate. Okay, but
appropriate.
what is the problem? I mean, the composition, the colors, um, maybe it's very long. What's your opinion about that?
Um, the icon,
The icon.
the icon is
The
not
icon
okay.
is kind of confusing. You can move it here.
Yes, they confuse the people.
They confuse people. They confuse people. So this is a good or a bad logo from 1 to 10.
Mm, Bad logo.
It's a bad
In
logo.
a bad logo.
It's a bad logo. Okay. Obviously, I am pretty sure that I will change it.
Yes.
Okay. So now look at this picture. Okay. Look at this. What's going on
Mm.
here? I guess that you as a designer, you need to take into account the place where they put your banner, your images, or no, this is not your problem.
Well,
Do you suggest
yes,
where to put the banners or the images or things like that? Or
yes,
this is
yes.
not part of the job?
No, it's part of my job.
It is a part of
Sends
your job.
to designers for the people.
Mhm.
They put a banners or billboards with my designs.
Okay, los billboards, yeah, it is important sometimes to guide the clients, because believe it or not, the place where you put the billboard, it's important. It's
Yes,
important. It's important.
very important.
It's important. Okay, so maybe the
In this
place is
case,
not correct, right? But the
yeah,
composition
yeah,
is perfect.
yes, no. In this case, the role is the designer.
Why?
For example, in my when I design,
Okay, when you designed,
uh, um, first I take a photo.
first you took a photo. Okay,
I
first you
took
took
a
a
photo
photo.
um, for use montage.
As a reference, okay, in this way you see how, in this way you see how the image will look, or the billboard will look in the place.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so this is the designer's fault, right?
Hmm.
Ah,
Completely. Yeah,
okay, this is the designer fault. Okay, cool.
yeah.
This is a cell phone, right? Because sometimes the image is kind of confusing. I sometimes don't understand why is the girl levitating?
Hmm.
Why is the girl levitating? Maybe because she's like entering the cell phone. Is this a new AI? I am sure.
Yes, because um, simulate new advances technology.
Okay, okay. It
It,
depicts. depicts, representa.
It
Now
depicts.
look at this image. I will write it the word depict,
Depict. Ah, okay.
depict. Depict. Por ejemplo, cuando presentamos un logo, ¿ok? Y quiere decir que este logo representa tal cosa, yo podría decir que this logo depicts maybe the nature, depicts, for example, this image that you see here, depict churros, muestra o representa los churros. You see that people create with something, okay?
Yes.
Or this image, mira, la imagen en su totalidad depict the lack of knowledge in design. La imagen depict, muestra,
Depict.
representa la falta
Um,
la falta de
Depict.
conocimiento en el diseño.
Mhm.
¿Te das
Yeah.
cuenta? O sea, no es que la imagen se trate de los churros, sino que la imagen en sí depict, representa, muestra, describe the lack of knowledge, la falta de conocimiento in design. Because what is the problem? Imagine that I go to this stall or this store, and then I see this. It says like one churro, $1.49, but three churros, $4. But in the picture, you can see that there are
Mhm.
seven churros.
Seven. Yes.
Seven. So what is the problem here? This is
Um,
not what?
mm, could you say engañoso?
Engañoso.
Mm, o
Okay.
publicidad,
Tell me.
o publicidad engañosa. It's
It's
very
like a
common.
fake. No, it would be for me, for example,
Fake.
it's fake. Engañoso como adjetivo es fake. Pero yo podría decir deceptive. Una
Se-
publicidad que te engaña o te confunde.
Yeah, of course.
Deceptive. Deceptive or misleading. A ver, vamos a poner aquí deceptive.
That's true.
Deceptive. This is a deceptive advertisement. Aquí, you see, deceptive, engañoso, que te confunde.
Yes.
Yeah. So is I mean, you as a designer, you need to take into account different things. Okay. So can you tell me the things that you need to take into account before you start your creative process?
Um, well, for
What
for
are the steps? What are the steps you follow
yes.
when you start a project?
When I start the project, the first step is have the brief.
The brief. Okay,
The
and how
brief.
do you get the brief?
And the brief is all information the client give to me for start the design or the start the strategy.
For starting the strategy. Okay.
Strategy.
Okay,
Yeah.
and sometimes you need to, I mean, I am not pretty sure how this works, but how do you get the information that you need require or that you need? How do you do
Um,
it? Through what? Through surveys, through through interviews, through what?
no, I throw on a document
Through a
with
document
a many ask it, and when I make ask it,
with a
no,
may ask
many as sorry, a many questions,
with many questions.
a many
Ah,
questions. Yeah.
okay. Okay, so you give this document with many questions to the client.
Yes. So
Eh,
the client give to me all their answers
mhm.
and the, with information when I need information.
When you need the information. Okay, cool. And last but not least, look at this. Is this a design problem or this is
Yes,
not
of course.
designer's fault?
Is design problems too.
What is the problem here? I mean, for me, it could be okay because I am not really interested in magazines, But can we fix that?
Well, is these magazines is impressed, yeah, not
It's printed. It's printed.
print,
Printed. Printed. Printed.
printed.
Printed.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so
print.
we can't do
We
anything, right?
can do nothing, nothing.
We can do nothing or we can't do anything.
We can't do anything. We can't
Or
do.
we can do nothing. Both are possible. Can
Okay,
do anything or can do nothing. I'm going to I will write it for you. I can't do anything
I
or
can do anything.
I can do nothing. Both are the same, negative, and then we have affirmative. Okay.
Okay.
Now, now. Have you ever worked with a magazine, maybe?
Yes, this is this.
Okay.
And in
And
this
and what do
case,
you do? Are you are editor or you focus on the graphic designs?
in the both. For
Both. Both.
example, for example, in my job, um, every 6 months, maybe, um, we
What do you do
we
every 6 months?
we editing
We we
magazine.
we edit. We you edit a magazine.
Yes,
You edit a
for
magazine, okay?
the company. In
Because
this
the company has its own magazine, or
yeah.
you edit the magazine for more companies.
No, no, for my company, for my actually job.
In your actual job, what do you do? You
I,
edit this.
yes, I create the magazine. In this
You create a
magazine,
magazine. Okay,
the
cool.
content, is about the projects, is about the notice, the news.
The news is about the news,
Mhm.
or maybe the new information about the company.
Yes, yes.
Okay. It's like where you can find information about the company here, or is this book, you sell this book? I mean, as a company, you sell the book, or this is for free for maybe
It's for
the
free
employees?
for the client. It's for
For
free.
the client. So I guess that in the book, you show the projects, recent projects, or the things that you do.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well, the company is too.
The
The
company,
company, o sea, the things the company do, no, the things the company is correct.
the things that the company do.
Yes.
The things that the company do. Okay,
Well,
and last but tell me.
I say in this error,
Uh-huh.
um when I um, design magazines, I use guidelines. Is correct? Guidelines is a space in the areas, but
Okay. I know that it maybe for me it's different, but we say the space between paragraphs or between text.
yes,
It's
yes, between in
highline,
the
the height
okay,
lines.
exactly, guideline.
Height. We say height lines. Okay,
Yes.
the height lines. Height. I will write it. I will write it. Maybe you mentioned this, but okay, like
Headlines.
this.
Right.
It's height. Height.
Height,
I know it's very difficult to understand, but we say height. Height
height,
lines.
height
Yeah.
line. Yeah, this
Uh,
is outline is only avoid for these things.
only avoid for these things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or,
And now let's talk about phones. Let's talk about phones. I'm gonna show you a new picture, and we're talk about phones. What's your favorite phone?
phone, this smartphone.
No,
or
no, font family, font family.
okay, phone. Sorry. Um, well, I use
Mhm.
a font name Montserrat or
Montserrat.
Mont. Sorry. Um, this font is very common because um, it's adapt in how do you say mayoría, en la mayoría,
Most of the cases. La
most of
mayoría
the
de
case.
situaciones, la mayoría de casos o la mayoría de qué quiere decir, la mayoría de fuentes.
No, these fonts I say um, it could be using in all the designs.
You could use in all the designs you have.
Yes,
Okay. So you can also say whenever I want to use, you remember whenever, whatever.
whenever, yeah,
Whenever I want, I can use this phone family. Whenever I want,
whenever
wherever
I
I
want.
go, in different projects, maybe. Okay, you can
Mhm.
use it in different projects. So now look at this one, this logo. What is the problem here? You know, hell means infierno in Spanish. Hell
Yes,
baby. But what I guess what is the correct phrase?
hello baby,
Hello, baby. Yeah,
hello.
this is the correct message. So sometimes we need to take into account everything. You as a designer, you need to be very creative. How do you say pensar de manera creativa en inglés?
Mm, think creative
Think outside the
or
box.
things, yeah,
Think
okay.
outside the box.
Think outside the box.
You need to think outside the box. You need to think outside the
You need to
box.
outside the box.
Yeah, we need to think outside the box. The box. Sometimes, to get creative ideas. Creative ideas.
Yeah, but this is idea. This is a bad idea.
This is a
The,
bad idea, right?
yeah.
This is a bad idea. Uh, yeah, of course. For me, well, people who doesn't, or people, I'm sorry, people who don't speak English, well, it doesn't matter because for them, the word hell doesn't have a meaning. But in English, hell, is like infierno bebé. You don't want to buy a product who says, or which says
No,
infierno bebé. Okay. Have you ever created a bad design?
not really.
Not really. In the past,
And
you were very perfectionist, or you are always aware of your designs.
I try always. Um,
You always try. You
I
always
all
tried.
I
Okay.
always try. Mm, this how do you say? Well, it's perfect is the concept, no
Hmm.
perfection.
Okay.
Uh, but I try to say um,
You try to say what?
um, well, I say minimalist because when I say a minimalist, I say I designed thinking about the client. How do you the client think?
How the client think? Okay.
Yes. Uh, I put my shoes. I put him shoes. It's correct.
You put in their shoes. You
In the
put
shirt.
yourself. Tú te pones a ti mismo. I put myself in their shoes.
Yes.
I put
So
themselves in their shoes.
I think uh, how how I like the this design.
Mm-hmm.
How I like how um what I want
What you want.
when I buy this product or when I see this product or when I see this design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it. I see your point. I see your
Yeah.
point. I guess that the designer's like job is not just about being creative. It's like thinking about all the possible situations, maybe the future mistakes, and and sometimes well, is how well you get the information from the client, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when this client is very, requires a lot of changes, do you keep working in the project or you say, hey man, you can't do it because in our contract we just have these requirements? How do you deal with these people?
Um, when I when I take a first meet
When you
with the
have the
client,
first meeting or
when
the
I
first
have the
contact,
first, yes, I say the all information, the requirements, for me, for that, for them.
mhm,
When I dealing with the clients,
when you're dealing
uh,
with the clients,
um, I follow these requirements.
you follow the
I try
requirements.
to.
Yeah, I know that we discussed, we had a meeting, and you mentioned
Mhm.
that these are the requirements. But when you are working in the middle of the process, I want to make changes. What do you do?
I permit two or three challenge in
Changes.
these changes.
You permit, okay, you permit two or three okay, changes. You
Yes,
permit two or three changes.
yes,
Okay, for free, for free.
for, yes, for free.
For free.
For
And then when I want to make more changes, maybe imagine that you almost finish the design and and the client wants to change it. So how do you deal with this situation?
well, I say a client paid more.
You said the client need to pay more because this is not
Yeah,
part of the contract, right?
yeah, no, the project
Okay.
requirements. Well, in this case, it's very important the brief because in this brief, the client puts all the ideas, all the information when I
Mhm.
that when I need to design
When you need to design. So,
or
tell me.
or avoid this case.
You avoid these situations. You avoid these
Yeah.
situations. So it's important sometimes to 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 um to reach an agreement. Reach an agreement. Me gusta mucho esa palabra. Reach an agreement. Reach an
Reach.
agreement. Llegar a un acuerdo. Reach an
Re-
agreement. Reach an agreement. Okay? Or to set goals. Or set goals. You see?
Yes. Well,
So
the
reach.
idea with the
Mhm.
idea is reach an agreement with the client
Before we start the project.
before, yeah,
Before
before
we
starting the
start the
project.
project. So maybe you need to clarify the process before you start working.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Andres, that was kind of cool. We had a great conversation. I'm not pretty sure, but did you realize that you can speak English well? But what is the problem here? Maybe because today we focus on the present. Hoy nos hemos
Mm,
enfocado mucho en tu presente, qué haces, qué sueles hacer, qué no haces, y fueron muy pocas las preguntas del pasado. En esta ocasión has sobrevivido a excepción de, veo aquí que tenemos dos errores. Recuerda que cuando me quieres hablar de algo que hiciste, pero que sigues haciendo, es presente perfecto. Si tú me
yeah.
dices, I work as a designer, yo pienso que ahorita ya no trabajas de diseñador. Pero si tú me dices, I have been working as a designer, quiere decir que sigues trabajando, en el pasado lo hiciste también. Entonces, esas cositas tienes que tomarla en cuenta. Did you understand that part?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. And do you have any questions before we leave the meeting?
No,
Okay,
no,
good
it's
job.
okay.
So that would be all. Ah, por
Thank you,
cierto,
Ken.
no te olvides que ahorita te activo tus nuevos desafíos. Te explico súper rápido cómo es que funcionan. Te va a
Okay.
aparecer una pregunta, dice, I am, alternativa, perdón, I a teacher. ¿Qué sería? Am, is o are.
Am.
Ya, pero ¿qué es lo que pasa? Que lo tienes que hacer rápido. Tú dices, I am, y el video pasa. Si ves que el video te gana, quiere decir que necesitas practicar. La cosa es que tiene que salirte cada vez más rápido.
Más rápido.
¿Estamos de
Okay.
acuerdo?
Okay,
Listo.
okay.
That would be all. Ahorita te envío los links. That would be all. Bye
Okay.
bye. Take care.
Bye, take care.
Bye. Take care. Good job.